Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday night.
Yep.
When I'm on my week off, all the days blur together. Uh, Tuesday night. I Har Batted Games. We are back here again tonight with some more Morgana.
In Fata,
We are on eight, nine,
sounds right.
stream eight. Yeah, stream eight.
Eight.
We are a little over halfway. I looked it up. There are 8 chapters.
Bonk. Oh wow. See, when we hit the spot where you were like, okay, this is, if we don't pick this choice, these two are endings. I was like, well, we must be in the like final act.
So the way I equate, I'll show you here real quick. Go to X. I have only ever seen the final ending, Final Morgana. I don't know
Oh
what
my
the
god,
other
there's
endings.
8.
There's 8 endings. Yeah. I don't know what the
Jesus.
other endings
Okay.
entail, but from my understanding, or at least the way I interpret it myself, I haven't looked at what they are or anything. But the 2 endings that are proposed to you before you get the reveal about the maid, I think, are the ones like if you're satisfied with this gothic horror story about a person getting lost in the house and succumbing to the house, and you can end it here and submit to the maid or whatever. But that's not satisfying to
Get
me.
no less worse.
Right.
Or no more worse anyway.
Right.
But yeah, it'll but that's how yeah, it's like the I was comparing it to Old Boy. And I feel like it's a lot of that same sort of undercurrent of like um like what is your ethical obligation to tell the truth versus tell like a well-intentioned lie kind of like saving somebody the harm of telling them a nice lie or something.
Right.
Yeah, it's like an interesting thing that seems to be going on, or at least how that applies to memory maybe more so than us, but like we're pushing her to come to terms with this like past,
That
I don't
she
know, anyway,
clearly
heady
a
stuff.
rough path. Past, yeah.
Yeah, that she deliberately seems to have like forgotten about, or at least maybe I don't know. Maybe that was the wish that the witch gave or something. I
All
don't
right,
know.
well, we're gonna find out. There's still more to this story to be told. There's still
Yeah.
some secrets that have yet to. We're knocking on the door now. We're gonna probably get some big revelations. Yeah, if you've been watching, well, you know where we're at. But if you haven't been watching, spoiler alert, you're hopping in a little over halfway through a story. So that in mind as we go forward here. But without further ado, we're finishing up the true tale of Giselle and Michelle in the Middle Ages. So last left off. Oh,
Look what you did.
I
You
did it
started a
again.
new
Yeah,
game
there's a
like
house.
a bum kid, and then
Yeah,
it's gonna close the whole thing out too.
just wait.
But anyway, so yeah, we what we were going through last time. We started up with this the story of Giselle making her way to the mansion, meeting Michelle. Which yeah, it had its parallels to the white-haired girl's arrival to the mansion. Um, but she seems to have been exiled there by the same family in this iteration.
Yes, there's a little more depth
Um,
involved than just a fairy tale story she told.
right.
Not going in. There was some complications with Michelle's father, who
Yeah, he
treated her
like
badly.
assaulted her.
But it definitely is not the fairy tale story she told the first time through. The conversation between the two of them were a little more heated. He was a little more colder, but you also got to see it through his perspective as well, as to a little bit as to why he was treating her like that. Clearly, there's something going on. There's a secret that Michelle is keeping that we haven't out yet.
Right.
That we're gonna
As
get
to
to.
like
And when we last,
why he's in this one, he's presented it as though he like is in a voluntary seclusion rather
Yeah.
than like exiled for his curse as it was presented in the first story. So yeah, there's like similar but different. And he doesn't like literally, but no butterflies have withered at his touch
Right.
or anything like that.
And when
It's
we
a
last left
metaphor.
off, he confronted her about. He wrote a letter to his mom. Clearly, the mom wrote a letter back telling him that she was just trying to get money from him. He confronted her about it. She freaked out, ran off into the woods, passed out in the rain, and woke up in a village nearby, maybe,
Right.
where she has elected to now call
Forgot
this
about that.
place home. And
Just
now,
like got to take a house, apparently,
yeah,
too.
just you want a
Very
house? There's one
quick.
right down the road. You can have it.
You can just snag that. It's empty.
Uh,
All yours.
but she,
Like,
we're
man, imagine.
but yeah. So we're coming back in tonight. She is exploring the village she has now arrived at. And I'll start us off. Wow, it's someone new.
Hey, where are you from? You gonna be here long?
Are you? Are you? Are you? We hardly ever get any visitors here. They're downright awestruck by you. You'll be getting a lot of attention, but please don't let it get to you.
No, that's just fine. I'll do my best to get along with everyone.
You've got a spark in you that wasn't in there. That wasn't there yesterday. Anything in particular that's cheered you up?
I'm apparently a homeowner. In particular, once I decided I was going to stay here, just sort of started feeling better about things. And I figured I couldn't stay gloomy forever.
I see. Glad to hear it.
It's all thanks to you, Amity.
Well, keep thanking me like that, and my cheeks might duck red. In any event, I said I'd show you around yesterday. Well, how about we do that?
Lead the way.
That said, we're a modest little village of about 100. Everyone.
There you go. That's what's.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Fata Morgana.
Sorry. Unrelated conversation before we got going. For that size, it looks pretty big to me. Amity was taking the lead. We walked through the village, passing by crop fields and milk cows, presumably shared among the villagers. Houses were scattered across an area that seemed far too large for only 100 people. Actually, getting a better look at them, the buildings were dilapidated, looking more like ruins than residences.
Once upon a time, this city.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far. Where your when your ancestors lived here?
Oh no, we were drifters, fortunate enough to come across some decent looking land, and so we stuck around.
How do you know what it was like before then?
Well, there were a few stone tablets left behind, and based on what we were able to extract from their ancient text, this area used to be a large city with a booming economy, rivaling that of the capital. There weren't hundreds, but thousands of people bustling about. Merchants from afar came. It was much like how the capital is now. Actually, this area was more open to people of all different races, has many different languages. It was evidently quite the sight and sound.
No idea there was a city here.
Now, that's what happens when a place is wiped from history. Couldn't tell you how reliable the tablets are, but if you take them at their word, this city lost everything.
What?
People, crops, livestock, all dead. It was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague. I can't. That's what the tablet said. Oh, this is what the tablet said.
Oh no.
We have been cursed by the witch.
Croatoan, I guess.
Yeah, Croat.
Sorry. Would have been a good joke. Cursed by the witch.
Look over there. You see that river? That used to be a magnificent bridge crossing it, but there's hardly anything left of it. You continue along that path beyond that fallen bridge, there is a forest. I found you. Deeper parts of the forest are so dense you can't see anything but tree trunks and leaves. Eerie place in a cloud of dark. If you make it through that, though, there's a man said to be cursed. The witch who supposedly destroyed this city lives in that house deep in the forest. He's been in there for years and years and years and casts her curse on anyone who goes near it. The city was so large that the mansion was actually at its borders. I guess the bridge was built to mark the road. Now, as you see, the bridge is gone and the houses are still standing are practically in ruins, but the mansion alone looks as it did back then. The witch living in the mansion goes by the name Morgana. According to the records, someone by that name was executed in this area of witchcraft, and even in death, she continues to bear her grudge against.
Fuck is it? Because you're talking about witch trials. God damn it.
Who knows how much of it is true, though? Truth or fiction, the story has taken root in this region. City's history may be lost. The legend of the witch continues. People have a tendency to keep stories alive that scare them. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I get a little long-winded when talking about the history of this.
No, I'm fine.
Well, best staying away from that mansion in the forest, though, at any rate. There's no saying what might happen if curiosity gets the better of you. Better safe than sorry. Aside from the mansion, this is as peaceful as a village as you can find. I don't know where you came from.
That whole curse thing.
Don't know where you came from, but I'm glad you didn't end up wandering up there.
I know all about the mansion and who lives there. I was there, after all, with Michelle for a full month. But I don't remember any cursed witch. Just a man with a bone-chilling glare. Maybe the rumors about a witch living there were spread by him. Or perhaps even his family. I could see them doing that. But none of that matters to me anymore. I'm never going anywhere near that house again. The witch's curse, Michelle, they're nothing to me. She has a habit of talking out loud or thinking out loud, so I just like to imagine that she sat there and just said that.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Monologuing.
Uh-huh, that's it. You get that soliloquy rules do not apply in reality, right? With nowhere else to go, I ended up in this small village. There was no denying that there was There was very little to speak of here. I swear I could read. But I found peace in that, nonetheless. Nothing less. Jesus. I couldn't have been more blessed that such a kind man had found me and welcomed me into his village. The village ran entirely on its own crops and livestock. They had no currency, merely bartered among themselves. Coming from a merchant's family, everything felt so new. I had never plowed a large plot of land, milked a cow, or used a loom before. At first, I wasn't sure what to think, being such a departure from my lifestyle in the capital. But over time, I grew more comfortable with my new life, and the people of the village started thinking of me as one of them.
Come on, Giselle, come play with us.
We're playing hide and seek today. Can't, sorry, I'm spinning yarn.
You can do that later.
Come play with us. Stop that. Don't pull on my skirt. Oh, alright, you win. When I'm done with this, I'll join you.
No ditching. We're down at the square, okay?
Got it. See you there.
The kids have taken quite a liking to you.
Eddie. You think so?
They've been incredibly lively since children are more, sensitive.
Sensitive?
They're very perceptive of how others are feeling. If you begrudgingly play along, they'll pick up on that quickly. You like children, and that's a wonderful thing. There's not a good woman in the world who dislikes children.
Well, why, thank you. think it's so much that I like them, but as I'm kind of like a big kid myself, I genuinely enjoy hide and seek. That's not gonna earn me any points.
You know, I like kids too. Watching them gives me faith that this world has a.
A bright future. I'd never looked at them that way. They seem to like you quite a bit too, Amity.
Oh, thanks. Though I'd rather give my affection to my own kid.
Oh. You have children?
Oh, heavens no. I thought that was obvious. I'm talking about the future.
I see. But knowing you, Amity, I'm sure you'll find someone right for you and have kids of your own in no time.
Not that easy. Even in such a small village, there are no ladies who would take an interest in me.
You say even, like that doesn't follow from the lack of living, breathing people. You don't give yourself enough credit. I'm fully confident you'll find someone soon enough.
Really think so?
Absolutely.
Then perhaps you could be that.
Oh, God. Pardon?
I won't pressure you into it, of course. I think it'd be marvelous to have you in my life in a bigger way.
It's a little soon for me to think about settling down like that.
It's pretty sudden, I admit, but you know, it's the Middle Ages. We live to be 30 and take all the time you need to consider it.
All right. Um, I have to go play with the kids now.
All right, well, have fun.
This fellow. I'm sure living here would be wonderful, but I can't help feeling something isn't right here. Why am I thinking about him now of all times? That man has no redeemable qualities, not one. As it turned out, Amity was serious about his proposition, and he brought it up every time we ran into each other.
Can't catch a break, Giselle.
Dude, that's not cool. Unable to give him an answer, I found myself constantly apologizing to him. Soon, winter started giving way to spring. On a day when the air still had a brisk winter bite and budding seeds battled to break through the earth, Christ. The seams holding the village together began to come loose. That day, the village men were gathered in the square talking. Oh no, are we doing the witch thing again? They all had stern looks on their faces. It was clear that something had happened. I obviously couldn't stick my head in, so I waited until they were done and caught Amity. While it was rather awkward, I was still more comfortable asking him for information than anyone else.
Actually,
With a dejected look on his face, he started explaining.
the Lord found out this village.
Uh, well,
He's going to place this land under, meaning he'll start collecting. In addition, also demanding we pay 5 years' worth of back for our unauthorized use.
that's ridiculous.
Yes, it most certainly is. We obviously don't have the means to pay 5 years of taxes. There's no reason for him to take over this village at all. We're completely isolated from the surrounding area after all. But if we resist, we'd send soldiers. Doesn't matter how absurd his claim to the village is. We have no choice but.
That's terrible. What are we gonna do then?
Going to do as the Lord demands, as is the Middle Ages after.
Right.
5 years' taxes will have to be paid in installments, so hey.
Yep. No, it's not. There'll be like a complicated interest system.
You never pay it all off.
It's just yeah, right.
Some of the men suggested we abandon the land and find somewhere else. Take
Which may
time.
be considered modern if you think about it.
But it would take time to cultivate the land and plant new crops. No trivial task. Well, we'll just have to make do with these changes, I guess. We'll use more of the land to grow and try to be more efficient. Will you help in the fields?
Of course. This village is my home now too.
Thank you. It will be difficult, but if we all pitch in, I'm sure we can.
I thought the same thing. If we all work together, we can make it through this rough patch. But the collection of taxes brought more than just a burden for everyone to share. It brought an emotional strain and conflict to the village, too.
Your family has more hands to work in the fields.
I have a sickly child. Do you expect him to work any harder than he is?
I know you're hiding grain in your cellar. You have more than us.
Oh, go ahead.
You have more than us. Let us keep a little grain.
You have more.
No, you have more.
You both have more than us. Comfortable lives fell under attack. The villagers' top priority became their own property. The cooperation was only temporary. And before long, everyone became a threat. The negative energy only built on itself, its growth accelerating like a boulder rolling down a hill. And it wasn't long before their sights fell on me, the outsider. Now we're doing the witch thing.
Come on, get moving.
Ow, stop that. Why are you doing this?
I'll stop once you've told us everything.
Told you every what? One morning, a man dragged me from my house and took me to the square. There, the entire rest of the village was gathered, all eyes on me. What? What's this about?
Oh, don't play stupid. We all know it was you.
What was me?
Thief.
In the crowd appeared someone I knew quite well. The ever-affable village representative. The man who had saved my life. But in his eyes now,
I thought you were better than.
was contempt, anger, scorn. So many different shades of negativity. I recognized what I saw in his glare immediately as someone who had been subjected to those looks before. But why? For what reason was he looking at me like that? I couldn't make sense of what was happening. So I just stood there, stupefied.
There's been a rise in reports of people being stolen. This village is too small to attract bandits. Since the Lord now demands we pay in taxes, even the smallest item lost can have a dramatic impact on the family's living conditions. What you have done is no joke.
Stolen anything? Why do you think
You have been seen in the act.
What?
So long as there is testimony against you, your guilt is assured.
They saw me. I swear, I didn't do anything. They're obviously lying.
You're the one who's lying. You've been playing us for fools this whole time.
Everything was fine until you showed up.
Managed not to get found out until you showed up.
No, that's not my fault.
Giselle, apologize to the village and return what you have taken.
Amity, don't you believe me?
There were multiple witnesses. Several different people saw you stealing. I've known these people long enough to be family, and I trust them like family too. They're not liars.
But no, they're framing me. I didn't steal anything, I swear.
Framing you. Now you want us to put this on? Now you want to put this on us, woman?
Unbelievable. Have you forgotten who we've welcomed you into our village? Amity, please, believe me. You of all people should believe me.
You've been avoiding me of late, haven't you?
Well, yeah, you won't stop with the fucking marriage shit.
Because you had something to hide, correct?
No,
What other reason could you possibly have to avoid me?
again, the incessant marriage proposals. How can he say these things? Why won't he believe me?
Now, return the things you've stolen.
I can't. I never stole anything. How am I supposed to return something I don't have?
I see. So you've already moved the stolen goods. She says she doesn't have them anymore, folks. How should we deal with this?
Rough her up till she talks.
Yeah, she's not getting off that easy.
Give us back our property. What? Why is this happening to me? The harsh new rulership has driven these people mad. I need to get away from this village, quick.
Restrain her!
No, get your hands off me.
Gotten it. Done for you. All that matters is you don't have to suffer. Is that it?
I didn't do anything.
Take her to my house. We'll make her tell us everything.
No, stop. You've all gone mad. Please, come to your senses. With men on all four sides of me, I was dragged into Amity's house. He sat coolly in a chair, and they shoved me to my knees before him.
I'll ask you. Where did you put the things you stole?
And I'll keep giving you the same answer. I didn't take anything from anyone. Please, believe me.
Do you swear, God? Yes.
I do. I swear with all my heart.
You don't actually believe her, do you, Amity? She's not only sold us out to a lord, she's now threatening to make her life downright impossible.
Again. Oh, whoops, wrong. That's just coincidence. Listen to me, Amity.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She has lied, she has stolen, has betrayed her fellow man.
Why are you doing this, Amity? You're such a good man.
I am deeply. Much as I don't want to do this, I have to.
Amity. Of course. Why didn't I see it? I'm still just an outsider to them. Why would he believe a stranger's word over the word of a village, his family?
The water.
What? A man set a wooden well bucket on the floor in front of me. It wasn't clean water from the well, though, but grimy, murky wastewater. I reflexively turned my head from the stench, but a man behind me grabbed me by the hair. And before I had a chance to realize what was happening, the world around me went brown. Ugh. Struggled with all my might to break free, but my arms were tied behind my back, and I didn't have the strength to overpower the man holding my head down. Reflexively gasping for air, a stream of filthy water poured into my mouth. Drowning sounds.
Pull her out. Get nothing if she dies. All right, now put her back in. And keep at it until she decides.
No. Drowning sounds.
How unsightly.
Drowning sounds.
And to think I even considered marrying this.
We can stop whenever you want. Just have to tell us the truth.
But please. He... Stop. I was given no time to rest. My head shoved into the bucket, then pulled out just long enough for me to steal a breath before going back in, over and over again. Not a person in that room objected to the abuse I was receiving. I had prayed for a good harvest with these people. They had taught me how to use a loom, something I'd never touched before. We had laughed together, lived together. They were normal people. Perfectly ordinary, kind, helpful, friendly people. Not at all cruel or inhumane. But now they burned with a frenzy that overshadowed all my memories of them. And every gargle, gasp, and grunt they got from me fueled that fire. Dozens of eyes laced with madness stared down upon me, rejoicing in my suffering. My consciousness was slipping away from me. I thought I could hear laughing and chattering, but it all passed through my ears as mere noise, nothing I could make sense of.
What are you with? You with me?
See?
Oh, thank goodness, you're awake.
Wait, what was I just doing? Ah, right. I was in the forest, on the verge of death, and Amity found me, and...
Almost lost valuable manpower.
What?
We were just discussing what to do about you. Decided to property.
No, he didn't save me.
You agree to work with us, work for us. We'll put this whole nasty behind us. You may be worthless in the fields and terrible with a loom, but there's plenty you can help with.
What are you gonna make me do?
Like to get your hands dirty. And considering I found you half dead in the forest, I doubt the rest of you cleaner.
Amity.
Means we've come to an agreement. I'll keep watch over her, starting to make sure she stays in line and doesn't steal anything.
Dirty. Stays in line. The way they're looking at me. They didn't have to spell it out. No. Anything but that. Please, have mercy.
Begging for mercy, that means you know you've done something. Let's see. There is one way.
What?
Give back what you stole, naturally. But if you're going to insist that that's not possible, then bring us something of equal value.
I...
Can't do that, then your life belongs to the village.
The men were cackling. They knew I couldn't do it, and they were enjoying watching me squirm.
Take your pick, just
Something of equal value. If I can get that, then you'll set me free. In that moment, a bit of darkness bubbled up in my heart. Something maleficent whispered in my ear.
we're in need of money. For the furniture. The village not far from here. Good for food.
Yeah, I'm not really stealing. He said you could. I think I know where you can. Oh. Well, then that's not going to go well. I think I know where you can get something worth some money. The mansion in the forest has some fairly valuable furniture in it. Oh God. When did I become? You can steal some of that to sell for good money. Such a despicable woman.
You mean the cursed mansion?
You expect us to go there? Are you out of your mind? Anyone who goes near that house is killed by the witch's curse. There's no witch living there. There's no curse.
Giselle, what do you know about that mansion?
I I lived there for a while. Well, for a month.
You what?
The son of a noble lives there. He's human, and he's alone.
A noble. What's a noble boy doing this far from the...
I presume he was banished there? I was sent to the mansion from the capital to act as his servant. There was plenty of value in the house. Shelves lined with books. There should be more than enough to pay the Lord's 5 years' worth of taxes. I would not lie. As bewilderment spread through Amity's house, I was unable to look at anything but the floor. I couldn't stop trembling. To protect myself, I had sold out Michelle.
You swear there's a single man living in the house.
Yes, it's only him.
It turns out you'll pay. Okay, everyone, you heard her. Tell all the young men to get ready. We're going up to the mansion in the forest. And just to be safe, make sure everyone brings something to use as a weapon. And you're coming with us. You'll be leading the way. Listen to me. Don't think about trying to run.
Of springtime, I found myself trekking through the dreary forest I had thought I would never set foot in again. How had I ended up here? How come I could never manage to avoid getting myself in these situations? And who would have guessed that my reason for returning to the mansion would be to loot it? Probably Michelle. I prayed for God to show even a little mercy to ensure Michelle wasn't around.
Right, because Michelle wouldn't be around.
Yeah,
The
no one is
recluse
also.
wouldn't be in the
Yeah.
mansion.
So I knew the chances of that happening were almost
Yeah.
zero. Right. After several hours of I mean, he did leave once.
Yeah. Go to the edge of the
technically,
property.
But still,
Yeah.
wasn't in the house for a non-zero number of minutes.
That's true.
After several hours of walking, we broke through the thick woods, and the mansion appeared before us. Like its surrounding, the house was bleak and uninviting. Even the midday sun seemed disinterested in shining its light upon it. Despite on the surface there not being much of anything impressive about it, the entire mob stood speechless before its overwhelming presence. But the men had weapons, and they were fueled by avarice, which gave them the courage to approach this place they wouldn't normally otherwise.
Door won't open. I think it's barred from the inside. It would seem someone really does live. I'm honestly surprised. Even more so that it's not a witch, but just a noble.
The door's old. We could break it down.
Yeah, let's bust it down.
Hold on. There's no need to be barbaric. Did you even consider knocking on the door like normal people? You sound like a band of thieves.
I mean, look around, Giselle.
Yeah, sorry. What
All
did
right.
you think's happening?
We are a band of thieves.
This is.
Ah, well, that's something else coming from you.
Well,
do
you
you-
literally all obviously just stole some shit and decided to collectively blame the new chick. Come on.
Who do you think proposed this plan, Giselle? You did! All right, men. You ready for lives of luxury? Break down that door. It's the damn nobles who make our lives so hard.
They deserve to be robbed.
Break it! Break down the door! Yeah.
Please. This.
Break it down! Break it down! Break it down!
Stop.
I'm sure Michelle knows you're there now.
Right. All their repressed emotions detonated. They battered the door again and again and again. And in a few minutes' time, it was on the verge of collapse. They shouted and cheered and hooted like madmen as my peaceful life came crumbling down around me. Growing lightheaded from the anxiety, I squeezed my eyes shut, unable to bear it anymore. When the deep groan of a door opening echoed through the forest.
Into.
The world went silent, like time had come to a stop. No one could manage to say a word, only stare at the man who had appeared from within the mansion.
Surely you.
Beneath the dazzling midday sun, he had, he had bone-chillingly alabaster skin and long, nearly translucently pale hair.
Surely you.
And his eyes were like two blazing infernos staring out across the mob.
Demon!
Someone muttered, probably unconsciously. He did indeed look like something not of this world.
It's a demon! The rumors about this place were true! A cursed demon lives there!
Demon? Him? Michelle? No, he's not. You're
Indeed.
God. Yeah, like come on,
am-
understand the con. Catch up, Giselle.
I am cursed. Which is curse is. I have inherited this, and I have inherited it in its entirety as well. A witch, a demon, a spirit impure. Call me whatever you wish. I shall not change. I carry within me an eternal curse. Behold my flesh, pale as no red blood, as it does yours. Behold my hair, utterly devoid, offered up to the devil as part of our pact. Behold these crimson eyes, symbol of the life built at my hand.
I mean, albinism's probably like are rare. I just it's very funny.
I shall bring calamity upon you as the witch of legend. Never-ending famine, plague, catastrophe, suffering. Till the moment of your deaths, you shall regret ever coming near this place.
I just realized, doesn't she have like a word carved into her chest?
She does.
Like Harlot or something? Yeah, it's just like the art here does not.
Well, I
represent
I don't
that.
think her chest is. Well, I think it's in her stomach.
Oh, okay. I missed her. Oh, yeah. Anyway, no. Have mercy. We were just.
It was that woman. She brought us here, tempted us with promises of wealth, deceived us, told us to pillage his house. We're innocent.
Comedy.
Please have mercy on us. Give her to me. Absolutely, she's yours. Torture her however you please. You so much as consider it, you will all die, but I swear it, we won't return.
Run! Get out of here! It's like a genius scam, though.
Yeah.
Without so much as a glance back, the villagers scrambled into the forest on some Scooby-Doo shit. And Amity, the man who had rescued me that night, went right along with them. Is there kindness in the world? I wasn't sure what to think anymore. His voice rained down on me, but I couldn't lift my head. There was such a gaping void in my chest. I had no idea what questions I should be asking anymore. Not anyone. Anyone. What I should be angry about, what I should be sad about. Not even the first clue.
Look at me. Look at me. Tell me. You brought those men here to rob me of my valuables? Answer me, Giselle.
Yes, it's true. I persuaded them to steal from you.
Hello.
100%.
Oh. Not only did you seduce my father, not only did you go digging around for information about me, you brought a mob to the house. Armed, too. Were you trying to get me killed? Answer me, Giselle. Defend yourself. Scheme failed. Reading in the silence. I'm done with you. I'm done. Leave this place and never show your face.
As he shouted at me, and I stared into his fiery red eyes. Somewhat inappropriate thought crossed my mind. Huh. So he can get emotional like anyone else. And my heart, stripped raw and cast out to sea, finally sunk deep enough to be crushed by the pressure.
What?
You can do that, can't you? You can use your curse to kill me, can't you? Then do it right here. Use your power and take my life. And if you don't want to do that, stab me with your knife. Kill me, kill me, kill me!
What?
Easy, hang on, I'm sorry. I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole world. No one will believe anything I say. No one cares one bit about how I feel. They just walk all over me laughing. Why? Tell me why. Why is this happening?
Also, I just want to throw this out here. Dude is dressed for fucking comfort of living alone.
Yeah, dude, you're right, 100%. I am on board.
I am
It's like a
on
house
board.
robe and like chilling shirt and or pants.
Yeah.
Yes, good. Maximum relaxation. This is the remote work life.
Yeah.
Realized. Oh my god. It caught me off guard. I never stole anything.
Talking about.
I tried my best to look happy. I thought everything would work out if I could keep smiling. I believed that that would make things better. But nothing ever got better. What did I ever do? Tell me, what did I do?
But you,
Like, oh my god, I'm sorry, what? Like,
I opened the gate. I was not prepared to open.
yeah, wide-eyed. Oh dear. I don't think this is a just me thing that's going on right now. Oh boy. All I ever did was believe. I tried my best to survive, to always wear a smile. But if everything's gonna be my fault, and I have to deal with that for the rest of my life, then I'm done. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Please. I don't follow what you're saying. Understanding that you did money, brought that mob, and before that, you used my father.
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you the real story. You'll take your family's word over mine. You don't have any idea what I went through there. How hard it was just to keep myself together. I never wanted riches. All I wanted was a decent wage to allow my family to live comfortably. That's all I wanted. But that man, he used my family against me. He made me for forced me to he yeah, he assaulted me.
What?
Again and again, no matter how much I resisted, he wouldn't stop. Again and again. Jesus. He threatened me, beat me, could cut me with a knife over and over and over again.
What? My father? You?
No one would believe me. I did nothing wrong. You don't believe me either, do you? So I'm done. I don't want this body anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I can't take it anymore. Help me, please. Set me free. Kill me. Kill me already. Use your curse and kill me. Kill me. Ah! Come.
I need time to process all of this.
It's a lot. You can do it, can't you? Then kill me already. Kill me. Kill me now.
Kill me now!
Kill me.
Uh,
Kill me. Damn it.
give me time so we can talk through. I want to hear everything from the beginning. Inside. Inside. The light.
So you don't have a curse, like later. So nothing, no curse at all.
That was a door. Not knowing the truth. I wouldn't have been made to shudder. But if I hadn't, far too long. Belle didn't recover. Sure of what else to do for her. Offer them a warm drink. Did know I need. And from there, calm myself down and prepare for the.
I feel like coffee. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Tea? What do I?
Considerable amount of time. Rest is far longer than comfortable. Do that.
You didn't know?
Didn't know.
Said, in fact, you do not.
Right? I knew nothing. Need anything. Done. And
Will you what I tell you? You never so much as gave me the time of day before. And I very much doubt you'll find what I have to say agreeable. Will you still believe me, even then? Believe my word, a stranger's word, over your family or the people of the village? Suppose that might be better than you saying you'll believe me unconditionally. Alright, I'll tell you everything. Just know that nothing I say is a lie.
Giselle, methodical. How my simply putting words to I didn't think she open experiences. Regardless, all mechanically. Still terrible. What was I to do? Back to that. What was I supposed to think about the fact that blood me pulsed my
You want the details of the wounds he gave me. I still have scars from the things he did. If you don't believe me, I can show them to you. You see, that's a relief. I don't think I could have handled that right now.
head and turn. Did so. Good and well, my mother might I been were I don't want to discount the witch's wisdom. And above all, consumed with face it now. Open my eyes more to look at everything ended away until completely blameless or
Left off at the point where the mistress discovered what was happening, I believe. I was sent to this mansion to atone for my sins. It was decided that I would be sent here rather than being executed, which is what the mistress wanted. At first, I assumed it would be essentially a private prison. But in the carriage on the way here, I was given a letter.
boom.
Didn't say, but your father was the one who ordered me here, so I would guess it was him. The letter was very concise, simply explaining that there was someone already there. Bollinger's youngest child. It didn't go into any more detail than that. But it did ask me to look after you. I don't. The coachman took it back after I was finished. Thinking back on it now, that was rather strange of him to do. It's just a harmless letter. What?
It wasn't much. Leaves me to be to an empty house. Rider could
And who?
either meteor.
I don't know.
Yes.
Frenchman. Your brother. Why would he? I don't believe he had any ill intentions, at least. I mean, he asked me to look after you. It makes it sound like he's concerned about you.
And why? Please.
Not the time for my baggage. Sorry.
Belle resumed her story. Perhaps she. Then told me. Tale
That is everything. Do you believe me? If you don't, if you still think I'm deceiving you, then I won't argue with you. That's fine. If that's the case, please just kill me. Do you let me just kind of casually
Look,
bring up this in conversation, right?
no, I wasn't dead, but if I found you in my room, it told me I was taken. Sin belonged to my father. Might not have come out like this.
The knife. You were fucking holding me at knife point, you prick. Can't handle blades anymore. Ever since what happened, they scare me to death. Just the sight of one in someone's hand, and I start thinking they're gonna use
I mean,
it.
typically that's
Yeah,
I mean,
imagine.
that's natural to think that.
Yeah, like wild. Yeah, he was like pressing it again. Like,
Yeah.
like he made it seem like he might anyway.
Yeah.
For anybody, whether or not you have past trauma with knives. Like, oh man, I can't help it. I start shaking uncontrollably, growing faint of breath. The world goes white. I can't even form words. There's nothing I can do.
Say the pack.
Because I was scared. Because it reminded me of that time.
Assumed she was simply jumpy from conscience.
So what's your fucking baggage?
Oh, we're
Why
getting
did you
there.
get so upset at me? Why did you have to point a knife at me?
Pooping.
No, that was clear. That's not what I asked.
Meant to sell information about me. Thought I had to do anything in my power.
I'm not convinced it was necessary. I was unarmed. I couldn't fight back. You didn't need a knife. I have nothing left anymore, so I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. You're a jerk. What you did was inexcusable. You may not have hurt me physically, but you still hurt me. Humans are frail creatures. They wound easily. Apologize. Apologize to me. I said apologize. Again, put your heart into it. Convince me you mean it.
Sorry.
Again. Once more, get down on your knees and shout it from your gut.
I am so very sorry, okay?
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it fucking was. Jeez. You're such a strange man.
Told me to do it.
Yeah, and then you did. Nothing's going like I thought it would. I figured even if we talked, you would just deny everything I said. I didn't think you'd actually listen to me. But you did. You listened, and you looked quite distressed by what you heard. Yeah, you sure did. I wish I had a mirror to show you. You're your fucking face. I'm sure you didn't want to believe what I said, but you didn't once accuse me of lying. You faced up to the truth and you apologized. I seem to have had the wrong impression of you as well. I didn't try to see you for who you were, instead, letting myself believe you were someone to be afraid of. To be honest, I didn't like you very much. Shut up, nerd.
God, for
I need to apologize to you too. I definitely led the villagers here. I almost sold my soul to the devil. I tried to sell you out to save myself. And for that, I am truly sorry. What? Do, do I need to get down on my knees too?
no, the blame falls on the village for feeling. We're a convenient escape and to take advantage of you. That Amity was on it as
Probably.
back at you.
What I
Plus,
guess.
giving the village a single target to let would, in a way, unify them. Use you to
I'm not convinced there ever actually was a lord.
me after I threatened you.
And you technically did offer furniture. I mean, not that it's okay, but still. I feel really bad about it. So, I'm sorry anyway. Really? But now that we've both apologized to each other, we can call everything square. Even square. We're both in the wrong. We were both in the wrong. So we apologized and we forgave each other.
Perplexity and bizarre. The weight of our crimes was I had done to her was so very much worse. Furthermore, I am to me. I didn't think if I were her.
I can. Although you don't need forgiveness for being a son. Being related to someone doesn't make you responsible for their sins. It wouldn't be fair to blame you for that. What? Curious? About what? That's a weird way to talk about a person. I'm human, you know.
No, you're here.
Is it a medical emergency? You are not from the 1700s. This isn't the thousands. No.
That's quite
No.
the leap
No.
of logic you're making there.
You know, I was at my lowest just a bit ago, and now I'm laughing again. It's odd. I never expected I would recover at all.
Hell, she had more than enough reason. More unexpected.
We just seen their reacts.
What do you know?
I really, truly wished I had gotten to know him sooner. Yes, I had fled the mansion in fear of him, but maybe if I had just a little more courage, or slightly less trauma, enough to tell him the truth, maybe he would have listened. I let my initial impression of him solidify too quickly. I'd convinced myself he was insensitive and perpetually expressionless, save for the Arctic stare. But the man standing before me did experience sadness, pain, distress, or at the very least he appeared to from where I was standing. Michelle was, just like me, an ordinary person. That said, there was still plenty I didn't know. I was still lacking explanations for much of his behavior. Would you mind telling me about yourself now? I'd like to get to know you better. What are you doing here in this mansion all alone? Why do you call yourself cursed? I told you everything. It's only fair you do the same. I have no interest in using your information for anything. I have no reason to. Or are you gonna keep pushing the master and servant line? You still ain't a guy I've no need to know?
Be quiet! For the God, stop talking already! You always pick the worst time.
What? Excuse me? What do you mean I always pick the worst time?
No, I wasn't.
Unbelievable. Just when I'm starting to think you might actually be a decent human being. Then you go and spout this?
No, Giselle. I wasn't talking to you.
You clearly were. Who else could it have been? The
It was,
demon in my head, obviously.
Talking to, I have a condition that forces me to vocalize objections to my own thoughts.
Congrats. You know, that's about as convincing as my allergic to people excuse. Weirdo. What crust did he bear? What secrets did he keep? Maybe the truth was far beyond my reckoning. And if it was, even if he did, please, tell me everything. No matter what you say, I won't doubt your words. I will trust you, and I'm sure I can accept anything you say. Please. If you don't put it to words, I have nothing to work with. Beginning's usually best. How about the curse then? Are you actually cursed?
That's
So no.
not. Don't have.
So what you said outside was a bluff then?
It was just a wait.
Well, you certainly put on a convincing performance. So you can't actually curse anyone, huh?
Regardless, human. Nothing more. At least reason for has to do.
Your skin, hair, and eye color, right? Well, I mean, I just wasn't sure if it was some other weird feature that I wasn't aware of yet. Could have been. You never know. Seeing Michelle under the sun, he certainly wasn't what most people would consider normal. Awe-inspiring, in fact.
Giving birth to. No, I. Not only do I a human, so
Yeah. Just because you look different from them?
family's ready. It would destroy the ball. Villagers react. Demon when they.
I suspect the rumors about the mansion played a part in that. If nobody thought the house was cursed, they wouldn't have.
For you. World. Demon.
I thought you looked like an angel. At least thought you looked more like an angel than a demon. Never once crossed my mind that you might be evil.
First.
But I understand your situation now. Because of your appearance, you lived all alone in this dark mansion for 10 years.
It was. You bring me all this.
You big liar. You never considered running away?
That's.
Because of the sun?
No. During the night if I really wanted to. I'm being watched. To ensure.
Because of the sun. It's just really silly response.
Yeah.
This feels like it's getting into like a sitcom back and forth like rhythm.
Oh, you have picked up on where the story's going.
Okay.
There is the heavy shift in tone.
Yeah, like it's their like rapport is, feels like some comedy sitcom couple.
That was that point I told you when I mentioned off stream the other day. I was like, you're gonna get to a point. You're like, God damn it, that was it. Can't allow anyone to find out that I'm alive, particularly at Bollinger's. Run they out. Killed. Out so much I might be able to.
Also,
I'd been holding on. Hope that I'd. Not that.
I see.
It's because.
That's not something that should ever become normal. So, what was that really a moment ago? You don't actually have a condition that makes you argue with yourself, do you? I bet he does. He's been alone for 10 fucking years. I talk to myself.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, I don't usually argue with myself.
Right.
That I think I've been able to avoid. It's more like out loud thought, less than, I don't know, arguing with the voices, which is what that sounded like.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, please tell me.
In fact, I doubt you were free.
Don't worry. I want to know.
You're the witch.
The witch's voice.
It started when I first. No one else can hear it. Like sounds crazy.
Not at all. I said I would trust you, so I believe you. Maybe he's not well. Yeah, that has to be it. 10 years all alone in one place, and you're bound to start hearing things. He seems like a delicate person, too, thinking all about it like that. I'm starting to feel really sorry for him. No, I'm here for you.
Huh?
I've made up my mind. I'm gonna stay here with you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll shout so loud that you won't be able to hear that silly witch's voice anymore.
Oh, you now?
If you hear it again, let me know, understood? You don't have to be afraid.
And I was.
Whenever you hear it, I'll be there, I'll be there with you, holding your hand. Pretty good. Well, we kind of took the extremely long route. But there you have it. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Master. Now, where should we begin? I know, supper. Are you hungry? What should I make? What is it? Is there something, if there's something you'd like, I'm happy to accommodate.
You intend again what happened last time.
Because of what happened. Because of that, we're finally able to see past each other's surface. I want us to try again, from the beginning. And this time, actually try to be considerate of one another's feelings. That's a promise, Master.
All right.
I can stay here, right? I'm glad to hear it. Yes, Master?
My ability to pick up on. I lived alone for 10 years, okay?
Me interacting. So, like,
Just say it. Be
explicit
blunt.
instructions, please. Got it. Then here's something to start with. What do you say we open some of these windows?
Open windows?
Yeah, we don't have to if you think it'll cause you problems, but it would be nice to get a little light in here. I'd like to put an end to this house being a dark, closed-off cave. You weren't?
They were like that. Lock me away. While I am light.
All right, then. Can I ask you to help me open them? Wait, so in 10 years you just didn't bother? You're just like, meh, not
You
worth
see
it?
how I'm dressed? I'm very lazy.
It's a very go with the flow kind of vibe here. Let's both lighten this place up. Get it? Because, like, I'm going to open windows and
You're
be
hard.
bubbly and exuberant. You know. After a few moments of silence, Michelle gave me a curt nod. While we couldn't do anything about the windows that had been boarded up, the two of us forced open the ones that were just covered by rusted over shutters. When we got the first one open, a beautiful stream of light like nothing I had ever seen before. Wham.
light in the mansion.
Flooded into the dark mansion's halls. I assumed that spring would never come. All we had to do was talk to each other, listen to each other, and everything else would fall into place. But it was that first step that was so hard, so much harder than either of us had expected. And now that the ice was melting, we had to treasure that. It might not have seemed like much to someone else, but to us, it was a huge accomplishment. This time, it'll all work out. It has to. I had all the confidence in the world when we were together, but now that I'm alone, in the dark, in the absolute silence of the night, I'm starting to get anxious again. Starting to feel like something bad is going to happen. Like I'm going to mess something up again. We took a big step today, and I know I have to keep it together to keep thinking positive.
Goods you're after, Giselle. Much. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, when hath committed 3 sins. He has lied, he has stolen, he has betrayed her.
Pass to your faith and the goodness of others. You have no reason to tremble. Yes, come in.
Who is it?
Who? That's odd. I don't think I was hearing things. There's no one there. Coward. What was that about? Oh, glass. It's wine. And it's so warm. I guess he heated it on the fire for me? Oh, you could have at least said hi. I have a feeling this is gonna work out. Daw.
Light shining. Together we want. I'm begging you, Ember. Please find yourself. Please, Giselle. Don't let things you felt, the warmth that fell over us, remain lost to you.
I might have seen it. Seen that most beautiful light. But are these truly my memories? Could they not be someone else's tale? Like all the others we have seen so far? She was so bright and energetic, and I am neither of those. Besides, the maid needs not a tale of her own.
Not a story. They're memories. Mine and your memories, no one else's. It's all very much real, as were the kinder, happier days that came next.
Kinder, happier days? Those words create a strange warmness within my chest. But at the same time, they make me indescribably anxious. Is there really happiness to be found down that road?
And if our path just to couldn't be worse than
Couldn't it?
come,
Couldn't
Giselle,
it?
spring that made us more.
Oh, the season. I was like, there's a river? What are we I don't. And yeah, like way too long to connect the dots there. I feel dumb. Master, come on, get up. Up with you.
Memory salt.
Yeah, Master. I was gonna say this
Ah,
sounds familiar. See, what did I tell you? So much nicer in here with a little light. Wait a sec. Don't you hide under your bedspread. Get out of there.
My room's thing. What been doing here?
Master, you agreed that I could open the windows. Don't worry, I've put curtains up. If it gets too bright, you can draw them. Mornings are take the best parts of being outside and squeeze them in all into the same few hours. You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. Just listen to all the wonderful sounds. The joyous songs of the birds, the swaying of the trees, the rustling of the leaves. Am I being as pushy as I feel right now?
Kind of.
Mm.
But if you now. Also, now that I know you're real,
I completely misjudged you. You're the exact opposite of what I thought you were.
what did
Let's see. I thought you were cold and cruel, heartless and incomprehensible. But I'm beginning to get a better idea. You try to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You have a short temper, but can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality, too. Well, yeah, now, hear me out here. It's not everything. You gave me a chance to talk, and you listened intently. You can be kind of nice, too. We agreed that we would live together, not just in the same house, so we've got plenty of time to add more to the list. And I hope you can make your own list about me, too. This is just the beginning, after all. We've got a long, long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other, no? Let's not waste any time then. What do you say we do something today that we haven't been able to do before? Where should we begin? Ooh, I know. We can get this place cleaned up. Now that there's some actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things we'd probably rather not. Like dust. All over the place. I
Morpheus?
would be so upset with this much minutes after I woke up. Like, not okay.
Yeah. Facial features missed during. Not even a trace of the relationship. Clearly not much.
Something the matter, Master? I know. You're still half asleep, aren't you? I guess I'm just gonna have to throw my best bucket of water on you.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Is there something on my face then? Uh, Amusing? Oh, just get out of bed already. Yeah, like I can just imagine that
Yeah.
there's yelling and it's probably occasionally shrill and I'm single for a lot of reasons, but okay. Anyway, I got my first decent look at Michelle's face under the light that morning, watching him stifle a yawn as he crawled out of bed. All the little details I hadn't been able to pick up on in the darkness, his expressions, mannerisms, and the way he looked at me. I could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion during and those vivid, all-consuming red eyes. I was probably, no, almost certainly, making a really dumb face at him. is it just me or is he kind of, no, very pretty? How could I have not noticed until now? Oh, geez, wow, I actually can't look him in the eyes. Yes? What can I do for you? Well, I, no,
Ah,
hair monster.
okay.
No, your hair, it's really long. Yes, that's it. It's way too long.
Anyway, for a servant to.
Mm,
I don't have any.
I see. It's really hard to tell if he's joking or not.
So,
What? You're going to help? I
bickering about.
can't help it. I'm happy. Mm-hmm.
Or
Huh? I can cut it? Of course. I'll give you the best haircut you've ever had. Oh, but I should warn you, you'll want to stay perfectly still. I'm a monster with a pair of scissors. My sister always said you were as likely to lose an ear as you were your hair whenever I cut
you stay away from me.
it. That's
Shocked at how maybe this was normal. Thought it would take years of hard everything. Here I was, pleasant. Was the painted instant, though not entirely willingly.
Hey, I see you shoving aside that parsnip. You need to eat everything.
What are you, my mother? Have any idea why there was such?
You could at least pretend to be ashamed. Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky. It's not good for you.
Comes thus far.
How do you know? You might have scurvy. It will soon enough. Uh, I can't believe you. We have limited supplies and you won't eat your vegetables? Ooh, question. I've got an idea. What? Is the list of supplies sent by your family set in stone? I was just wondering if it was possible to make requests. If I could, I would just go on a shopping trip.
Only village around here is the one you came from.
Right. Say, are you saying that out of concern for...
Who would ever be concerned about you? I just want to be able to sleep well at night. Not interested in throwing more servants to.
You know, you're a whole lot simpler of a person than I first thought.
That's supposed to mean.
Oh,
Back to your. Yes. Haven't made it right with one on a sheet of parchment or have any, something similar, put it in the box and leave it outside. This is not completely unreasonable. It arrived. Why is it?
yeah, I was hoping to increase our selection of vegetables. And while I'm at it, if possible. Actually, that's a secret. Mm-hmm. It's nothing too exciting. I'll tell you when the time is right. relationship with Michelle gradually transitioned from master and servant to something closer to friends. He was still my master, but he allowed me almost complete freedom. And he didn't order me around either. He even gave me a hand with my work. Though he was still not very talkative and oftentimes hard to read, he at least seemed to be making an effort to close the gap. He would, on occasion, tell me about himself, though not in much detail, and any time his family came up, he grimaced uncomfortably. Apparently, his father had wanted him dead. His brothers, though, had worked to create a scenario in which he could live, faking his death and sending him to this remote mansion. I never encountered Michelle's brother while brothers while at the family estate, but assuming he was right and it was one of them who had given me the letter, they were likely our only allies at that house. I don't know what he's thinking. It's been 10 years, Michelle had muttered. To which I'd replied, have faith. It was better to believe in something, even if it felt silly and unreasonable, than to lose faith in everything. My being able to find renewed belief in the kindness of people was what it allowed me to start smiling again after all. Because I was able to have that faith, I was able to enjoy life once more. It wasn't an exciting or thrilling life. It was a humble, simple one with just the two of us. But I wouldn't trade that light for anything. Some people might think it's dull or dreary, but it was ours. Master, I really, truly appreciate that you want to help with the cooking. I do, honestly, but this is apocalyptic. This is mutinous. This is an affront to gastronomy. This is unearthly disgusting.
Better ingredient.
What?
I'm not a bad cook. These are simply bad ingredients. If they were better, they would taste just fine.
Oh my god.
And it's not as bad as you claim, besides. You make a mock... Oh,
You
sorry.
make-
sorry.
you make a mockery of the culinary arts.
I've been eating this for years. I don't see a problem.
I've heard quite enough, Master. It sounds like I'm gonna need to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation. I have to teach him what real food tastes like. Otherwise, he won't be able to appreciate it if I make him something really good. What do you mean you can do things other than boiling vegetables? Hold the chair steady for me, will you? I'm gonna wipe down the top shelf.
You can handle it. I'm on a chair.
It's not as simple as just running a rag over it. I've got practice, so let me take care of it, alright? There's a lot more dust than I expected. Probably should have used something to cover my mouth. You're gonna want to hold your breath for this, Master. Alright, here goes. Achoo! That is why you hold the chair.
Whoa!
Hold the chair! Ow. I'm sorry. I didn't think there would be that much dust. Thank you for holding the... Master? Your hand is...
This is where I tell you I've lied to you this whole time, Eric. This is just a typical standard Japanese visual novel.
Of course.
What?
Oh my god, are they holding hands? Oh no, it's... Of course. God damn it.
that was the goddamn it I was
Took
looking
this
for.
long. God damn it.
It lured you in.
It's on my chest. Ooh woo.
I
And
no,
bye.
it was an accident.
Nosebleed. Right, it was. It's fine, really. It was my fault anyway. It's completely, totally fine.
Awkward.
So don't worry about it, Master. Honestly, I should be apologizing for subjecting you to that.
That's fun. I have to do something about stifling awkwardness.
For one, it was only a moment. I barely was, but not the issue. Clever. Need some clever way to brush all this aside. Something witty that tells her I'm not bothered at all.
Oh, this is going badly. I can feel it.
I'm not concerned. In fact, I
Rough.
see no reason to be concerned at all. Felt like I was squeezing an obese.
No! No!
Ah, you heard me. I
No!
hardly even perceived it as a breast.
And then he gets punched in the throat. An obese rat. An obese rat?
What?
How utterly insensitive can you be? I'm gonna rip every last hair off your head.
Ah, leave my hair out of this! Like I said, complete shift in tone.
Unreal. I cannot believe I was deceived like this. Again. One of these days, it will stop being a surprise. God damn it. Say, Master, what did you do all this time by yourself?
When would this stop?
I was just gonna say, there's these massive closet full of Vaseline tubs.
That's an exceedingly vague question.
Say when you were really, really stupidly bored out of your mind, what did you do to keep yourself occupied?
Meditate?
That's what the kids are calling it. Reaching enlightenment seems different. Just how many times have you reached enlightenment?
You know, maybe once or twice a day when I'm
yeah,
feeling...
it was the tops, max, absolutely.
I sometimes played chess too.
Chess? Wait, by yourself?
Opponent might react to moves and play the other side that.
It's kind of depressing to think about. How about this, Master? Play a game against me. You bet I do. I do come from a family of merchants, so I keep up with trends and know all sorts of games.
Oh ho!
Prepare to meet your maker.
So, who was I supposed to prepare to meet again?
Come on, have a little mercy. You trounced me. Well, one more time. I just wasn't at the top of my game.
Hey, that's 2-0.
That's 4 or 5 out of 9.
Am I gonna meet this maker you supposedly want me to meet?
What? How? When did you put me in checkmate? One more.
Hey,
Hey, hold on. No, that's not fair. Take it back. Ah, my king. Please stop. Can't you go just a little bit easy? This isn't a game. This is a slaughter. This is a one-sided massacre.
about this maker again.
Me when I win at something. I'm looking right at him.
Fun.
No, it wasn't. It was miserable. Next time we're playing something fair. Parcheesi. It's a game of skill as well as chance. Let's see. Ooh, I know. Arm wrestling.
Huh? Arm wrestling?
Yes, big boy. Let's go. Yeah, you sit across from each other, you put your elbows on the table, grab hands, and so you can pin the other down.
Ever willingly participate in a primitive competition?
Not interested then? Or are you afraid you might lose?
Can't imagine.
Okay, elbow on the table. Start on my count. Ready? Go! get got.
Huh? Nani?
Nani? Victory!
I do have some recompensance to you though. It will get dark again soon.
I have no doubt. Yeah. It is funny how it kind of like briefly.
Yeah. It
turns
kind of
into
throws you off
a
guard. Like, oh, okay, this
cutesy
is nice and
little,
cute.
like,
Yeah.
this is nice. No. They're probably siblings.
Seems-
You know, stuff and things.
Hit a button I wasn't supposed to hit or something?
I'm confused.
You're not.
I was gonna
All
say I
right.
hadn't seen a sequence like that yet, so it was feeling like it was weird.
With each passing day, it grew less unusual. Someone, well, all began more freely engaging in silliness. Name, smile at me. Imaginable sight. 10 years. Years. Alone. Solitude. Normal. Very rapid. Continually getting closer. Gasp. I had this good friends with time continued to press. Raining relatively. Eventually, summer came, bringing with it the longest period. Then the long grew. That winter, boiled wine, we fiddling did before. Though I didn't say anything. Sun set much earlier. Literally.
Reading a story by the fireplace like this almost makes it feel like we're in another world, doesn't it, Master? I bet that's why troubadours perform at pubs, so they can be near the fire.
Drunkenness.
Oh, you're such a cynic. But that's okay. Say, do you remember when I first arrived here? When I was cleaning the library? No, not that. Before that. Before we could actually talk to each other? Actually,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? I believe I suggested we read something together if you ever felt the inclination. Are you sure about that? You turned down my proposal, saying I was wasting my time. But look, it actually happened. Even if you don't remember, I'm sure you never thought this moment would come. I was, for the most part, focused on making sure things didn't get any worse between us. But to be honest, I didn't think there would ever actually come a time where we would sit shoulder to shoulder and read a book. You never know how things might pan out.
Nothing but strange. And
Mm. Is something the matter?
don't if or someday turn house. Should that time come on,
Should that time come?
That time come, if comes. So I not be something out.
I see. Thank you very much.
But doing so, please do. As a servant.
As a servant?
Yes. We're short on.
I see. A servant.
Yes, servant.
All right, sure. I think I will. I would like to accompany you, Master. How exciting. I'm sure a wonderful future awaits us.
I praise.
Hmm. Now, back to the story. I believe we had just gotten to the point where the knight set out to defeat the monster and save the princess.
Terrible story.
So, like the start? I bet he was a big, buff, muscular knight.
Oh, that's me. Oh wait, hold on. Was that you?
Oh, wait. I thought it was. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
It would be very funny if Michelle was reading that line.
Let's not. He let out a gentle laugh. We sat so close, even. Curiosity. Think about. So I tried to convince. In my when? Why? Thought I'd already learned my lesson. For long, winter. I don't think it was my imagination. Spring. One night. Oh, this.
Come on, Master. Hurry up. I just found it myself. And I couldn't wait until morning. A rose. It blossomed. Dun, dun, dun.
Giselle had cleaned up the net. Oils. Moonlight.
Last year I requested flower seeds, but I just couldn't get them to grow. I was starting to think they never would. But look, it's the only one, but it did. Of course you didn't. I didn't tell you. I wanted to make it a gift for you, Master. Roses make wonderful gifts, supposedly.
Hey, me.
Consider it a symbol of my hope that we'll still be this close another year from now. If we are, then this is all yours, or this is yours.
I don't follow it at all, but I never understood. Hence, that one.
Aw.
Like a young. Appreciate flower. I didn't. Snapped it.
Murderer. Oh, you picked it. Are you gonna bring it back to your room?
Process question. Pardon. Case of its stem, where I plucked it. With it came the station that I. But it was a stunning flower with moonlight.
You're gonna need a vase then. Give me just a minute.
Briefest moment. Moonlight.
Hmm? Master?
Look of bewilderment. Still just hammered in the thought it just mind that perhaps good backdrop. Opposed to fancy.
What was that about?
Need a drawing.
I'm sorry? A what? A drawing?
Right. Would like to preserve it on a canvas.
What? What?
I mean, that a rose on its own does not make a picture. An excess.
Nice. It's like the worst way to say something that would otherwise be very flattering.
Right.
Wait, you want to draw me too?
Merely as a background element for the flower, of course. It's all about the rose.
Yeah. Right.
You're slightly more interesting than a vase. That's all.
Nice. Nailed it. I've never seen you draw anything before.
Cringe.
It's just gonna be a smiley face. You know how?
Many years ago, my brother.
I don't think I can handle being a model. I never had a drawing done of me before. You'd probably be better off with just the rose.
Do with it as I please.
I did.
I didn't mean no real interest. Couldn't just take it back either.
I've been too deep.
I'm committed.
I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to draw now.
Giselle had shrunk back quite visibly and couldn't bring. I fled to the cellar in search of supplies to escape excessive awkwardness. On our wall, I found a wood and materials were obviously nothing. Court artist clearly not going to be able to do the portrait any kind of justice. I want to burn head in the sand. Giselle was waiting. It seemed she was comfortable. I left her. Gave me a fleeting glance before laugh or make a scene like usual would make things easier.
What should I be doing? Do you need me to pose or anything?
No, just
Why?
work when you're watching me.
Stop staring at me.
What?
I feel like I have to sneeze. Absolutely not.
How?
Can I see it?
As long as our eyes didn't meet. Quite clearly not. So, at first I had regretted my getting to think it. Without some pretext, I would never have been able to examine her so intently.
You never would have been cool with me just staring at her like this.
Plus, I didn't have that kind of courage. Approachable loose. Was that the one to destroy? That was like hell. First, the gloomy cloud. Light from the multitude.
I'm saying. I just smiley face. What in the world was going on? One of my roses had finally bloomed, which I thought would put a smile on Michelle's face. But rather than improve his mood, it made him go all strange. It made him say he wanted to draw something. I'd never seen Michelle draw anything before. Ugh, can't sit still. I tried to sneak peeks of him every once in a while, but any time our eyes met, he gave me that a stern look that way stare. So I ended up spending a whole lot of time looking at the archangel in the stained glass window. What could he be thinking? Could this be thanks for the rose? I'm pretty sure he's not the type who would consider a drawing an expression of gratitude, though. If I'm wrong about that, it'll turn my whole world upside down. Maybe he wanted to draw me? No, not possible. That would turn the world upside down even faster. He couldn't. We're close to be sure, but we're not that kind of close. That makes it sound like Michelle's attracted to me. And there's no way. There's absolutely no way. He compares me to an obese rat and calls me an amateur at chess, laughing while he crushes me. So that's not what this is it?
Um,
Oh, yes?
this will take a.
Oh, no, no trouble.
You had a very
He's doing that bad a job at hiding it?
unfortunate. It was
Honestly, it's no trouble. I mean it. You just took me by surprise, that's all.
not even that. That's not a talent I was blessed with. I was just making
Again.
it all up. Being honest with
Stick
myself,
figure and smiley face.
I can't imagine anyone would be pleased to have bad art drawn to them.
What? What? What's he getting so negative about? I wasn't the only one making a face. His head was turned slightly downward, a forlorn shimmer in his eyes. I had never seen him make that face before. He resembled a child who had just been scorned by his mother. I wasn't at all angry or displeased with him. I was just fine, honestly. I had to get that through to him. I am pleased. It doesn't matter how it turns out. You drew it for me, Master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. I would. But the moonlight, shining through the stained glass, was so enchanting. I lost myself in it. I would be happy with anything, drawn for me by the man I love. Mic drop.
Record screech.
You're alright? Sorry, wait, what? Hang on. Huh? For an instant, time froze. By the time I realized what I had said, my mind had gone blank and I couldn't form a coherent thought. It do be like that, though. I mean, like, like family. You're like an older brother to me. I mean to say love, like love for a brother. Hey, say something, master. Give me your usual exasperated sigh. Come on now. Go on, give me your best good grief, then hurl me out the window. Oh, come on, please. Show me some disappointment. Master? When the wood panel he was using as a canvas and the charcoal in his hand crashed to the hard chapel floor, the clattering was so loud I jumped. I didn't have the presence of mind to wonder why he knocked over the canvas, or why his hands appeared to be shaking. Let me help you with that. I stepped toward him, and when I did,
Moonlight shine.
and our gazes
Eden root.
intertwined.
Interesting.
Ooh. Yeah. There was a visible rosiness in his ethereally pale cheeks. Master? Flickers of panic darted beneath the surface of his normally stony red eyes. They were trembling as he looked over me. I was at a loss for words. We must have been under the moon's spell. We weren't thinking. We stood alone in a frozen world, robbed of all rational thought. Riding in the moonlight's current, his hand fell against my cheek. It was much colder than I expected. Colder. I don't know. Way cooled. But it felt pleasant on my flesh skin. As we drew closer, I could feel the warmth emanating from his body, and I'm sure he could feel mine. The beating of my heart, too. His breathing stopped for a moment, then he gulped. He brought his head in. I closed my eyes and bugged down. Ah!
Huh?
Then I shoved him away with all my strength. Ah! Michelle rolled back, knocked his head on the side of the pew, and began groaning in pain, which is when I finally realized what I had done. Whoa, what have you done, Giselle? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Are you hurt? Sorry. You startled me. I really, truly didn't mean to knock you down. What? Uh, he turned away, marching off into the corridor enshrouded in darkness. There was a heavy air of loneliness hanging over him, which gave rise to the phantom images of him actually disappearing into the darkness. I had caused that, but I hadn't realized until it was too late. It felt like someone was sitting on my chest. Why would I ever do that to him? Of course I'm gonna hurt him at reacting like that. Maybe I was hoping he would say it's just one of his jokes. Do I want it to be a joke? I had that option. I could pretend nothing ever happened and tomorrow go back to the way things were before. But if I did that, there would almost certainly never be a second chance. You were okay with it. You wanted it, Giselle. Quit lying to yourself. You're the one who said you loved him, and that was no mistake. You wouldn't sit shoulder to shoulder and read a book with someone you didn't care for. You wouldn't enjoy eating supper with someone you didn't like. You wouldn't be able to live happily with someone you didn't love. You have to go after him, find him, and tell him the truth.
Off today. Couldn't control things I didn't mean, doing things I didn't do. Never meant to do that. Couldn't pretend I didn't. Week, months. Already developed. No, when didn't change. When it then be pushed me away, like literally. I was reclusive, unsociable. He was the kind of person who would confidently tell someone had done exactly that, that I was like a brother. Hadn't listened. Matter of fact, I've been any more presumptuous of anyone. I
Master?
I want you to go back to your room.
Master, I need you to listen to me, okay? About what just happened? That doesn't count. You can't count any of that.
Huh?
That I said I loved you and that I shoved you. They don't count.
Right. I was planning to forget that anyway, thank you. So don't worry.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, what I'm saying is that it's not something I should have said on a whim just because the moonlight was kind of pretty tonight. It wasn't supposed to be so casual. The way I said it doesn't get it across at all how much I really care about you. It shouldn't have been something with it should have been something with more impact rather. Me looking straight into your eyes, my heart jumping around like it's on fire. That's how I should have said it. You know, like
What?
this.
What are you?
I'm saying I want you to give me one more chance to do it right.
No.
I I um I
Calm yourself.
I am calm.
In no sense of the word are you calm.
Fine then. I'm not calm, but I am clear-headed, and I mean every last word. Listen. Listen very carefully. I I I love I love you. I love you so much I feel like my heart's going to explode.
Huh? You mean like family? Like a brother, right?
Romantic love. Romantic. I wasn't upset back there. No, I was elated.
What? Mine couldn't keep up with what I was half out of breath where she stood. Giselle was frantically insisting that
Master, how do you? I would like to hear. How do you feel about me? Assuming I interpreted that correctly, you were going for a kiss back there, right? Right? So I can I take that as your answer?
she feelings. Me. Miracle. Breathe. Chest and was had to say yes. Smile with face. Bring her joy. Fake was a word.
You don't even got to do that.
Had no
Just
reason
like mug down.
to say no. Happiness was standing right there. More could I ask for? All I had to do was reach out and claim it for my. I had tried to do exactly that in the chapel. Could do it again. I I loved her. Twisted man, left with nothing, no way of making. Still, I
I'm a coward. Tell me.
was no moonlight.
Ugh. Rough. What?
That conf- heavy, a heavy sigh,
Heavy, huh?
a little from her. Not love could look as though
I see. I'm sorry. I let it go to my head. Sorry for making such a racket. Really, God, what was I thinking? I got way ahead of myself there.
oh energy.
hurt her. Protect yourself. I'm better off.
Sorry. I'll be going now. Sorry for barging in on you like that.
I always wanted. Love her. Couldn't.
You're disgusting. I can't believe you actually had the gall to fall for me. Oops. Good night, Master.
Leaving. To acknowledge my feelings and she would come back. Really weakness.
Coward.
Treated her. Oh, about to lose her. Even though she said she loved me. Felt the same way. Wait. Please don't go. Sounds. Probably absolutely was nothing like even myself. So, from the
God damn it. Sorry. Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
sibling body to anything more.
Jerk. Bully. Brute. You don't get to play this one off as a joke.
And true.
You've given me two different stories. Tell me, which one's the truth? Were you just confused, or do you actually love me? I want to hear you say it again.
Truth is,
Again,
I love you.
without fumbling this time.
I love you, as I said several times now.
Not good enough. Again.
Have mercy, please. I'm about to die of humiliation.
Can I really believe you this time? You're not gonna say you were lying again?
Oh,
Then we both feel the same way about each other? What's there to be shocked about?
didn't.
Ugh, you really have to do something about that pessimism. I'm in heaven. I'm so happy I could cry.
Are crying. You are
What?
all over me.
It's very messy. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. When he first said no, everything went black. I wasn't sure what I would do anymore. I had lost all hope.
Really, really.
But you had a change of heart. Now you're willing to have me. And everything I bring with me. Hold on, what?
The idea.
absolutely everything, right?
Okay, now you're making it a point.
Yeah, like this is all right. Hang on.
You're pushing
Yeah,
that point.
yeah, exactly. Like
You're pushing that point rather hard.
I now feel like I need to be, informed as to what exactly you mean. I have a request.
Uh-huh.
It's something I don't think I could ask you at any time, but now, while we're in the moment,
Will do anything, so in my ability. I mean, what is it?
good. Will you look at my naked body?
What?
More specifically, my scars. You are gonna have to see them eventually. In which case, I would like that to be now.
Year ago. Certain I possible. But anyone. Grimace. Face up. Couldn't bring sound of her clothes rust. Much as I tried to creaking, heart felt
Just like one particular.
like
I'm ready. You can turn around.
10.
I feel a whole lot better seeing you so nervous.
Around now.
Okay. Sorry, it's not anything nicer to look at.
Been more comparison, but confident. Find. Pretty. Wanted to. Coherent rasp.
Home improvement noises. Uh, please say something. Doing that thing where you stare at me. I'm hideous, aren't I? I'm unclean. You mean it?
Mean it. Think so.
Because you mean it? Even seeing this?
There. Swollen. Black gashes. That's why. Instincts. Wound she would. Nothing for. My father. Cell was one. Was the one. Cell was dozens of heart bloodstream. I didn't force myself to face it. None. Hard as I thought, I couldn't up with what killed me that I
way hideous.
Thank goodness. I'm so glad to hear that. When I was down in the village, they said it didn't matter what they did to me because I was already dirty. It made me think I had reached the point where I was so tainted, anyone could see it. I'm sorry. You were frowning really intensely. I thought I might have made you mad.
Villagers.
Hey? Uh, no, there hasn't been pain in some time.
Years have begun.
I feel like I'm in heaven right now, but I also kind of hate myself because I can't stop shaking. I'm overjoyed to feel your touch, but I can't control my body. I know you're nothing like that, but I keep seeing flashes of, of you doing other things in my mind. It kills me that my body won't react the way I feel in my heart.
Just a physical one. Just
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry.
I should be
I'm sorry. What?
want to curse and
I know a guy.
curse on him.
I
Ignore the fact that he's consider that man wants you to be. If hypothetically,
don't want that.
deserves punishment, so much pain on you, still shaking more than a year later, you just let him get away with it out of the good. Hypothetically, if you wanted to curse him,
I wouldn't do it even hypothetically. And not out of the goodness of my heart. I'm just a coward.
Howard.
If curses were real and he were to die by one, then I would never ever be able to forget. If my resentment for him took his life, that would mean he had damaged me so permanently I was never able to get past it. I don't want that. I want to be able to forget. I'm still shaking now, but one day I want to be able to proclaim proudly that he no longer has any control over, or that it no longer has any control over me. But I appreciate the sentiment.
Or it was all just hypothetical.
Right.
Something like that.
Setting aside your choice of method, you asked out of concern, and that's more than enough for me.
Act. But I able to leave this house helpless against challengers. I was incapable of it. Couldn't do anything. Of curse. There has to be something only I.
Hmm.
never. One thing I could do. Tap her. Want you? Well, I ask of you now. But please don't apologize. Promise not to. No power. Know the right thing. I'm a man with nothing to it. One thing I do have. As soon as I type, search for muffled whimpers. Eventually, usually it's always hurt. Now, that's something probably anger her. Sure, I could do it. Place where she could surely add as I had to decide not sniffles.
One day, I'm certain, I'll be able to, without any hesitation, be properly joined with you, and it will be wonderful. Right now, I still can't control the shaking, but eventually, I want to be able to put my hands on you too.
Affectionate. Prayed.
Looking at the clock here. You want to use this as our interlude, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I know we're getting to the cusp of something big happening. I don't know how far away it is.
Gotcha. Well, I'd say unless you're sure there's something just around the corner that we definitely need to hit, I'd say
No, we
we're
can call it
probably
here.
in a decent little pause point.
Not 100. But yeah, clearly things are going pretty well for Michelle and
Yeah.
Giselle, so we can assume nothing but happy endings all of
Right. I mean, it's going good now, so that means it's going to keep going great.
Exactly.
Clearly.
Forget about all that talk about him hearing the witch's voice in his head and all.
Yeah.
Sure, that means nothing.
It's not a thing. We don't got to worry about that.
Oh man. Well, we will stop it here for the evening as we had a nice little as put it little rom com interlude in this story of and clearly I think I don't know I can't so I know I joked about it a little bit earlier. I can't remember if it's a purposeful point in the writing or if it's just a because you're like there's no way these people in the Middle Ages talk like this. Like
Right.
I don't think so either, but I still don't think it detracts from the. I don't know if it's purposeful or it doesn't detract from the story. It just makes it
that's
more.
what I was going to say. It doesn't necessarily, if it's not on purpose and it's just colloquial communication, that's fine. That's the way it's done.
Yeah.
People are doing that to make it easier to write the dialogue or
right.
Fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Things are looking up for our and see how things But for now, we're gonna call it here. Running out of steam.
Stuff.
So yeah, if you want to see, I forgot chapter. How long chapter 5 was. It's the longest, but it's purposeful. There's a lot of important origin story stuff we got to get out of the way here. How the story concludes, because we've only barely scraped the iceberg here, but I promise you, there's a lot more to come. But anyway, that'll come in the future. Now we're calling it here. If you want notified when we go live again, Thursday, so we'll be back here on Thursday night, same bat time, same bat. But if you want to get notified, you can join the Discord or Discord. We also have John, if you want to throw a buck or two away. More than enough. But yeah, that's it. We're out, so we'll be back here Thursday night.